Greetings, citizens of the United States. We are anonymous. President-elect Donald Trump's top immigration advisor, Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach, who was seeking guidance, assistance in relocating up to 3.5 million Christian refugees to the western coastal regions of America as workers to replace the millions of expected deportations of illegal migrants in this region, and a move that was hailed by Russian Orthodox Church leader His Holiness Patriarch Kirill, who noted that Western laws now clash with moral nature of man, and that this action will now work to correct. Russia hosts the world's largest population of immigrants after the United States, but unlike the American elites who use political correctness to limit Christians' freedom to practice their faith and have forbidden their entry into the US, His Holiness Patriarch Kirill correctly notes that these measures are doomed to failure. Multiculturalism has no future, because it implies different cultures mixing, different cultures and religions poured together and shaken vigorously to create a kind of cocktail. With President Putin, in 2015, having told the United Nations that Washington and its allies in destabilizing the Middle East since 9/11 had unleashed chaos and crises to the point where it now threatened to reduce the entire region to a state of permanent anarchy. This report continues. His Holiness Patriarch Kirill further warned that decisive action must be taken to save the Christians in those countries and stated, "We once defeated the Nazi powers through collective efforts, and they had half of Europe enslaved. So it seems to me it should be fairly easy to do away with ISIS, and thereby resolve the refugee crisis and all the other disasters and tragedies that are rooted in this conflict. But we are not seeing that happen. Shamefully, as the world's refugee population has now hit a record high of over 65 million, and with record numbers of Christians displaced, the Obama regime this year effectively barred Christians from entering the United States, only admitting 56 of them, not 56%, 56 total. And to the greatest danger facing the United States for acting so horribly against Christian refugees, this report warns, has been the Obama-Clinton regime's creation of a radical Islamic fifth column, and as best exampled by the American Muslim leader Immigrant, who at a Chicago conference in June 2016, stated their true goal by saying Islam is not here to integrate, but rather dominate, seeking to restore the natural Christian balance of America. However, President-elect Trump has named as his National Security Advisor General Michael Flynn, who correctly stated and warned his fellow Americans that Islam is a cancer and political ideology that hides behind religion. And in speaking with Federation migrant specialists this past week, President-elect Trump's top immigration advisor Secretary of State Kobach further noted that America's new leader was not only aware of this grave danger facing his country, but was planning on rapidly addressing it. To President-elect Trump's master plan, goal of removing from the United States millions of illegal migrants, this report continues. Secretary of State Kobach explained to Federation migrant specialists that it will be based partly on the 1954 Operation Wetback operation that saw the U.S. expel illegals from Mexico, and the 2005 to 2006 operation initiated by Malaysia that, likewise, expelled all illegals from that nation too. As illegal aliens are breaking the law every second they are in the United States, MEU experts in this report explain, deportation is not a punishment but a procedure to put an illegal alien in compliance with US law, and that upon assuming office, President Trump already has laws already in place to execute. And in one of President Trump's first acts upon taking office, this report says, Secretary of State Kobach detailed to Federation migrant specialists how America's new leader will first give every illegal in the US a one-time chance to self-deport themselves so that they would not face harsh prison time or barring from entering the US, and that was exactly what Malaysia did in expelling all the illegals from their country too. With over 2.6 million unlawful immigrants residing in California, about 6% of the state's population, another estimated 120,000 in Oregon, and 250,000 illegals in Washington, This report continues. Secretary of State Kobach further detailed to Federation migration experts that President-elect Trump is going to replace these deported migrants with Christian refugees from all around the world, who will not need the extreme vetting process Islamic refugees will have to go through before being allowed in the United States. Conclusion: Army experts stating that President-elect Trump's plans to fill the states of California, Oregon, and Washington with legal Christian refugees will radically alter the political landscape of the West Coast region of the United States too, changing them from leftist Democrat to conservative Republican, and that these socialist states will be unable to do anything about as they have all declared themselves to be immigrant-friendly. We are anonymous. We are humanity. We can forgive, but will never forget. To those that wish to see human progress fail and the endless